The boy darted across the busy street, narrowly avoiding the screeching tires of an oncoming car. Horns blared, and angry shouts followed him, but he didn't look back. His stomach twisted painfully, a constant reminder of the 2 days he had gone without food. In his hands, he clutched a crumpled piece of bread he'd snatched from a vendor's stall, his only chance to stave off the gnawing hunger. He stumbled into an alley, his breath ragged and shallow. The bread, stale and dry, felt like a treasure in his trembling hands. Before he could take a bite, a weak meow broke the stillness. He turned to see a scruffy, emaciated kitten limping toward him. Its fur was patchy, its eyes pleading. The boy hesitated, his own hunger clawing at him. He crouched down, holding out the bread. "Here," he whispered, breaking off a tiny piece. The kitten devoured it greedily, and the boy smiled faintly, despite the hunger pangs that intensified with each passing second. As the boy shared the bread, a shadow fell over him. He looked up to see an elderly woman, her face lined with years of hardship, but her eyes soft with understanding. "You're kind," she said gently, "even when you have nothing." The boy stood, clutching the rest of the bread protectively. He didn't trust easily, but something about the woman's voice made him pause. She reached into her bag and pulled out a warm, fragrant roll. "For you," she offered. He hesitated, his eyes darting between her and the food. Slowly, he took the roll, his hands shaking. Tears welled up in his eyes as he mumbled a soft, "Thank you." The woman crouched to stroke the kitten, her voice warm. "Come with me, child. You shouldn't be alone." The boy hesitated again, but the promise of warmth and safety was too strong to ignore. Clutching the roll and with the kitten cradled in his arms, he followed her. Days turned into weeks, and the boy found himself in a small but cozy home filled with the scent of baking bread and the sound of laughter. The woman, who introduced herself as Marin, became the family he had longed for. One evening, as they sat by the fire, the boy whispered, "Why did you help me?" Marin smiled, her eyes glistening. "Because someone once did the same for me when I had nothing." The boy hugged her tightly, his heart swelling with gratitude. For the first time in years, he felt full, not just in his stomach, but in his soul. And as the kitten purred in his lap, the boy knew he was no longer alone. He had found a home, a family, and a reason to believe in kindness again.